quick thought. Afrobeats will eventually die because Afrobeats is just a music genre or genre, however I want to say it. And that is the problem. What do I mean? Let me explain. Not sponsored, but I should be. Let's take hip-hop for example. Hip-hop is a music genre, however I want to say it. But it is not just that. It's a way of life. It is strongly tied to a culture. The clothes, the sneakers, the jewelry, the slang is all part of African American culture. So no matter how much hip-hop evolves from the sample-based era of DJ Premier, Dr. Dre, Pete Rock, J Dilla, who's the greatest hip-hop producer of all time, down to the DJ Khaled era where there are 1,000 people on one song and the song is still great, down to the drug-filled, sex-filled trap music of today, it is still hip-hop. Even when hip-hop artists make Afrobeats, somehow we still consider it hip-hop, somehow. Now let's think about African indigenous music. There are so many different cultures in Africa, and each of them have their own music to go with their practices. And music like that has lived for thousands of years because it's tied to the culture. It's a way of life. It's tied to the way of life of the people. So that kind of music is never popular, but it is everlasting. It will never die. Even if you think about gospel music will never ever die. Why? It is tied to a strong culture which is called the Christian religion. It will change, it will evolve, it will become different things, but it will never not be called gospel music. Now let's come to Afrobeats. Afrobeats is not tied to a strong culture that the people identify with beyond the music, beyond the rhythm, beyond the dance. That there's nothing else. And so when people get bored of hearing the same drums and hearing the same melodies, they're going to ask for something new. And sadly, that's going to mean that the genre of music is going to die, because once again, it is not tied to anything strong that we identify with deeply. Even worse, when the artists start getting bored and feeling like they're being boxed in, they're going to start jumping ship, as we have seen a couple of times in the past year or the past couple of months. You guys know who I'm talking about. Shouts to the fan base that is also a football club. Because for an artist, being seen as unique is bigger than everything. They need to feel special. That's the reason why they go into the arts in the first place. They need to feel unique, like they're doing something fresh, even if they're not, and mostly they are not. Let's be honest. The people who are usually doing something fresh are not popular. Let's be honest about this. It's true. And the popular ones who are doing something new and fresh, they are very it's a very tiny part of the musician population. Because once again, they don't identify with Afrobeats on a deeper level. You see, hip-hop artists are not just hip-hop artists. They are hip-hop. It's a thing you hear them say a lot. This guy is hip-hop. Are you hip-hop? He is hip-hop. He's not. You hear that a lot. So as long as they live, hip-hop will always be alive, even among the people who don't know how to rap or sing or dance. And that's why it seems like African popular music changes like every 5 years. So it was high life for a long time. You had Fela's Afrobeats with no S for a long time. Then it's Azonto for like 2 or 3 years. Then it's Afrobeats for like 2 years. Then it's Amapiano in the next 2 years. And now it's a fusion of Amapiano and Afrobeats. Now in every song, all you hear is tum 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 tum. Right now, the only people making pure Amapiano are the originators, the South Africans, obviously. But everyone else is adding log drums to their beats. It's getting kind of stale, honestly. It's getting boring. But you get my point. It's been 3 months in a year of 2024, and we are still yet to have a big Afrobeat song like Calm Down. We are still dancing to water, and Unavailable is becoming unavailable at this point. Yeah, there have been some popular songs, but let's be honest, last year by this time, the very Afrobeat songs were the biggest songs in the world. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Afrobeat is not tied to any culture. Afrobeat evolved from a lot of other African music. Nigeria is the face of Afrobeat, and in Nigeria their biggest strength is fusion. They know how to put elements together to create something new. So Afrobeat came from other popular African music genre or genres, however you want to say it. But it's still not strong enough, because let's be honest about this. What is African pop culture really? Do we have our own thing? Most of our things are heavily borrowed from Western culture, from African American culture. Let's be honest. And no, I'm not saying that stupid thing that they said when the Grammy wrote the article and said that African music, Afrobeats came from hip hop. Let's not do that thing. No, that's not what I'm saying. The music is different. What I'm saying is beyond the music. What is our culture really? Like our pop culture really? When an African artist blows up, they get an accent. And whose accents do they get? It is not ours.
Famous Timeless piece I just did. Obviously, my new album Timeless came out earlier this year. Grammy nominated album Timeless.
Who do African artists dress like? Where's their fashion sense coming from? When they buy jewelry, what kind of jewelry do they buy? Are they wearing expensive cowries on their neck? Are they wearing expensive African beads? No. They are wearing Cuban chains and Jesus pieces and all the stuff that is not our thing. That is what I'm talking about. That deep culture that goes beyond the music. If the music disappears, what would be our thing? How would we dress? How would we talk? Like, do you understand? I hope that makes sense. Now, African music will never die. The rhythm is in our veins. We are too dope. It's never going to happen. But as long as we don't have that level of cultural influence yet, where we identify with our culture beyond the music and are able to influence the world with our culture the way we have done with the music, we are going to keep changing the name of the music every 5 years. That's just what is going to happen. I feel like sometimes when God looks at Africa, he's like this. His face is in his palm. Because there's no reason why we are not the culture powerhouse of the world. Like the amount of diverse culture, the amount of things we have, like the amount of resources we have in the ground. There's no reason why things are the way they are, bro. It's crazy. I don't understand it. What are we doing? Look at African American culture, bro. It is the most influential culture in the world. And every single day I go on the internet, African Americans and Africans are fighting. Like, the opportunity is right there. We can come together and rule the world. Something is wrong. I don't fucking understand. This thing is much, much deeper. I was just going to talk about Afrobeats, but I'm just thinking about it now. I'm like, how do we keep fumbling like this? Oh my god. Because make no mistake, this is not the first time African music is having this international wave. You would think it is like that because of social media, but it has been huge many times before. But every time, it's like there's always a fumble. We keep fumbling it because I don't know why, bro. Anyway, let's see how it goes. For the meantime, I'm going to keep dancing to I still ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about the topic. If you think I'm wrong on anything, let's talk in the comments below. Let's go back and forth. I love doing that. I love African music so much. I love Afrobeats so much. Amapiano, Afropiano, whatever it is right now. But I still don't love it as much as I love you. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
I could never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fi share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe.